Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. So today we are going to be breaking down OSA, the brand new attacker coming with a new season Crystal Guard for Rainbow Six Siege. So let's start with the elephant in the room, which is, of course, she has a glass shield. Now we've had a couple of operators in the past with glass shields, Blackbeard and of course Clash. Both of them haven't really worked out too well. Blackbeard was extremely overpowered and had to get nerfed into the ground to the point of where he's kind of terrible right now. And Clash got repeatedly disabled because she kept getting exploited for different bugs that, like, she was able to shoot with her shield up and stuff like that. And here we are yet again with a glass shield operator that I hope isn't going to result in any exploits and bugs and issues and stuff in the future. And we are already doing our bit to actually fix this operator by actually submitting bugs already, because she did have an exploitable issue that basically made her into Blackbeard 2.0. But the reason I bring this up is not because of the fact it was broken in our preview build. That happens. You know, of course, there's bugs and issues. It's an early access build. But it's actually because Bikini Buddy did create an idea for a rework to Blackbeard that involved putting up a transparent shield, kind of like a mirror on attack. And here we have an operator who's actually quite similar. And at this point, I'm not really sure how to classify her. Like, she is definitely a attacker defender. She's all about pushing into an objective and holding it. So that's kind of cool. It does bring some defender elements over to the attacker side. So she's very much something different gameplay wise, but brings inspiration from other characters, which of course we've seen over the years now. Like back when Phantom Sight, for instance, launched, that was the first season where I was like, wait a minute, we've just got, you know, combinations of different operators here. We've got Nuke, who is basically Vigil but on attack, and we also had Warden, who was basically Glass but on defense. And OSA here is basically a combination of Mira, deployable shields, and maybe a little bit of shield operators as well, all kind of merged together into something different, and definitely plays very differently. But anyway, let's take a step back and talk about her loadout. So she is a medium speed, medium health operator. She has Thermite's assault rifle, and it comes with the options of the red dot, holographic, reflex, 2.0 scope, or the 2.5. And all the other attachments are what you would expect. She also has the PDW-9, which is Jackal's SMG. This is a really good gun, and this is the one I'm probably going to use myself. Again, it comes with most of the attachments you would expect to have on this weapon, with optics being red dot, holographic, reflex, and 1.5. And her secondary weapon choice is limited to the PMM pistol. And her secondary gadget options are either smokes or a claymore. Now that we've got the basics out of the way, let's talk about her gadget, which is a Talon 8 clear shield. This is, simply put, a deployable shield that has some Mira elements in it, but she can also deploy it on windows, doors, and she can even do that while repelling. If she's actually inverted when she's repelling as well, she'll actually put this shield upside down. It's surprisingly versatile. It also has the weaknesses that we see in Mira's windows as well, where if you melee it, it will shatter the glass and you will not be able to see through it. However, unlike a Mira window, it is very easy to counter. Impact grenades or any explosives will destroy it, and that is the thing about this thing. You can play it as a close device. You can get in real close to the enemy. You can put down the shield, because you can hold it up in front of yourself and give you some protection. And then when you actually walk up to, say, a window, you can peek inside, have a little look, see what you think, and then slap the shield up if you want to. But because it's so easily destroyed by explosives, you don't really want to be that close to it, I think, in most cases. However, if you want to, you can push the range out and have this as a bit of cover way far away and be trying to pick off enemies from a distance with it as well. And that's the thing, you're probably going to choose either the assault rifle or the SMG depending on how you're going to be playing with this shield, whether you want to get close or if you want to hold a bit of distance back. So yeah, she can be played very differently from different player perspectives, and I'm looking forward to see what kind of tactics get pulled out from there. Now, another thing about this shield is that it has a shootable canister underneath it, which will destroy the shield. It's on the attacker side, and this is an interesting one because I don't really think it's that useful. Something that's really nice to get rid of the shield if it's in your way, but in a lot of cases, if you are like wanting to line up a shot and then shoot someone, you can't, because you shoot the canister, the shield then shatters, you can't see, and then it collapses down. So It's not the most useful thing, but it is nice to be able to just easily get it out of the way if you want to. Another thing that's quite handy is if you're rappelling on a window and you place this shield but you decide to actually go in, then you can do a quick enter straight through the shield, you'll destroy it and go into the building. Now let's talk counters. So direct gadget counters when it comes to defenders taking out the shield, none of the gadgets directly counter it. It's all secondary stuff like explosives, like say an impact grenade or a nitrous cell. That'll all easily blow it up. But there's nothing that you can do gadget wise, like you can't go and laser it with Maestro or jam it or do anything interesting with it. It's all just simply explosives. Unless of course your Maestro cam is in a position where it can actually see the canister, so it'd be on the attacker side of the shield. However, OSA can actually counter other people's gadgets on defense, and there's some very interesting interactions. So for instance, lasers from a Rooney, you can actually bring the shield in and actually cut off the lasers, and that'll then disable a Rooney's gate without any damage to your shield or yourself, depending on which side of the door it is on. But if it's on the defender side, you can counter it with the shield, and that's certainly an interesting interaction and pretty strong counter. But when it comes to other gadget interactions, I would say it's pretty limited. There's not much. So we'll move on to how to play her. And I think there's a lot of different ways. So first of all, because she has this shield that she can pull out and hold in front of herself, she can just peek into windows, have a look around, see what's going on. She's actually a very good intel operator, get information without getting killed, which is, I think, a useful thing. And she doesn't have the downside of being a shield operator with only a pistol. She does have a full assault rifle or SMG, so you can have a little look inside a window, see if anyone's there, and then quickly switch back to your primary weapon to take anyone out, or of course deploy the shield. And when it actually does come to actually deploying the shield, she can be played multiple different ways. So you can push right into an objective and slap it up and try and actually hold. So basically the first attacker who can properly get onto a defender's site and actually set up defenses against the defender. And we're not just talking like Monty walking in and like blocking a door with his shield. We're actually talking about putting up defenses that you can use to then cover like a diffuser plant and stuff like that. Although she doesn't have to actually be there, she can put the shield up for someone else. So imagine, say, a shield with, say, Monty right behind it. It would make him a little bit harder to get to and to kill. He's going to be able to hold down that area a little bit, better. But not to mention, anyone can take advantage of the shield. Now, it can be seen through from both directions, so defenders can easily see you. So it's not really a kind of matter of like popping behind it and then just popping up when someone appears, because most likely you're going to get shot if you're behind it, because the defender's going to know exactly when you're going to show your head up. And if the defenders do manage to push up to it and actually take it from themselves and use it against you, it could be a powerful tool for the defenders too. It can be meleeed to make it opaque so that no one can see through it by shattering it. So then it becomes basically just a deployable shield. But again, when it comes to tactics, you don't have to get close. So for instance, you have two of these shields, so you could put them outside a reinforced wall that you know you're going to thermite through. That way, when your hard breacher does breach it, they can then take up positions behind the shield rather than being more vulnerable pushing into that objective. And the other thing is, you can pick the shield up and replace it if you want. So you're able to kind of continually move it and change your tactics up as you play. Although if it gets smashed, you are unable to pick it up. And of course the canister on the back, if shot, will destroy the shield. So no way of replacing it after that. But that's it, guys. OSA is basically a defender on attack. And that will definitely mix things up. But also I think there's a downside to the fact that she is kind of a remake of different operators that already exist in the game, like we've seen in the past with Nuke and Warden and many other operators recently that have been bringing elements over from different operators into a new version of those operators. Also, the very limited gadget to gadget interaction should make her very simple to learn and understand. Although I expect it to be quite hard to use her well, I think she's going to be easy for anyone to jump in and just, actually start playing with. And a coordinated team or Pro League is going to love this character. I think she's going to become super powerful in some kind of, setups, just like Mira is on defense. I think she's going to be equally as good on attack in some of the sites and stuff like that. And importantly, she is fun, but I am super worried that there's going to be exploits, issues, like we've seen with Clash in the past, and of course with the balancing of Blackbeard. So I'm a bit worried about that. Hopefully they've learnt from the past with like Clash's issues, and this time they'll be able to nail it down without any exploits popping their head up, but that worries me a lot. Anyway guys, let me know what you think of this operator in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.